This Post-Dispatch editorial really was unkind to our buddy Peter Kinder. And, I'm not going to read the thing to you, but you can ask about it. But to hear just the beginning here is what I'll read you. I'll let the Lieutenant Governor respond to it. To hear Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder and other Republican leaders tell it, federal health care reform will bankrupt Missouri taxpayers. The cost, Mr. Kinder told a television reporter last month, is a moving target, so we don't even know how much, but I'm using the figure $500 million a year in a few years. Mr. Kinder is off by a factor of 7. Then they go on and on and on and basically say that you're exaggerating and using fear to scuttle health care reform. And we just want to give you a chance to respond to the people
You're
who
so kind.
read
You're
this.
so kind to do that. Thank you, Jamie. First of all, consider the source. The Post-Dispatch editorial page's only quarrel with the Obama administration is that they have not gone far left enough, that they haven't spent enough money, that they haven't piled enough debt up, that they haven't raised taxes enough, that this bill that was passed by the corrupt practice that we all watched back in March is not left-wing and big government and big bureaucratic enough for the Post-Dispatch page. Now, with that in mind, they're relying on the administration that conducted their Enron-style, Bernie Madoff-style accounting. If any CEO in the private sector had attempted to do what they did with the passage of the Obamacare bill in a publicly owned company, the Post-Dispatch would crucify that CEO and that corporate board. It is a moving target, but we've already seen all their claims that they advanced to pass this bill in their desperate attempt to ram it down our throats. We have seen those claims falsified. We were told that if you like your plan, you'd be able to keep it. False, and increasingly recognized as false. We're told that there would be no funding for abortion. Remember when Senator McCaskill said that at town halls last summer?
Yeah.
That has been falsified. And they're moving today to extend abortion in military hospitals around the world with taxpayer funding of it. They're moving on every front. Now, we've seen them claim that it would come in under $1 trillion. And that claim was exploded within a few weeks of the passage at the end of March, when the CBO came out and said, no, it'll be well over $1 trillion.
Right.
Now, part of their Bernie Madoff accounting that they used to pass this was they wanted to show the lowest possible cost to the federal government, so they offloaded costs on the states. By the way, this is not a partisan issue. The Democratic governor of Tennessee and the Democratic attorney general of Louisiana, who's in the lawsuit down in Florida challenging Obamacare, they both agree with me that this is, as Democratic governor in Tennessee, Governor Bredesen said, the mother of all unfunded mandates to the states.
Well, you know what's...
I could go on, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
I just want to tell you, what's the funniest part of this editorial, though, Lieutenant Governor Kinder, is the fact that they say, well, even then they say, well, it's not, okay, so he's wrong about $500 million, right? They'll say, okay, they go, but it's actually only $200 million. That's going to be the liability of taxpayers. Like, that's any more sufferable. I mean, honestly, they act like, well, no, it's
exactly right. Exactly right. We're in a recession. We're struggling to make our way out of a recession. We're in a global economy, and here they want to load 1/5, to use their number, 1/5 of $1 billion in new costs on Missouri taxpayers. This is what is outraging Missouri taxpayers. In every corner of this state, I go around the state each month, and I'm telling you, people have had it up to here, and they sent a message every way they could, through the town halls, through polling, through tea parties, through elections from Massachusetts to New Jersey to Virginia last fall and last winter, and through other special elections. They have had it with this Pelosi-Reed spending and debt, and they want to stop to it, and the Post-Dispatch will never get that.
Yeah, I think this is more about running interference for Governor Jay than anything else, because they know you're coming. But nonetheless,
by the way, I've repeatedly written Governor Nixon asking him to comment on how this is going to wreck our state budget.
Yeah.
You know, he has a YouTube video that's out there from his appearance on C-SPAN when he had been governor maybe a month, and the president had been president a month in February of last year, in which they asked him about this explosion of spending and debt, and he shrugged his shoulders, and Governor Nixon did, and said, well, our grandchildren will pay it off.
It's too bad you got to write him a letter when you write down the hall from him.
There's a moral component here that the other side doesn't want to acknowledge.
No, I'm totally with you, and we appreciate you coming on because I think you very saliently state the case, and we know what's going on here, but we're glad you got a chance to be able to fight back.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Before the end of the month, I'll be filing my lawsuit. I want to come back on and tell you about it.
Absolutely. You're welcome anytime, my friend. That's
Thanks,
Lieutenant
buddy.
Governor Peter Kinder calling from Jefferson City, and we appreciate you, buddy. LieutenantGovMo.com is where you're going to be able to find him. .org or whatever it is. You're never going to that website anyway, but... What? I mean, I'm serious.
Coleman in the morning. Common Sense Radio.
Who goes to state websites? He's running for. He'll run for governor someday, and that's why the Post is trying to get in his way here. Your phone call straight ahead 969-9797 866-455-9797.